What's going on, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Race Blaze. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, do all that great stuff. Alright, yo. Today we are going to be doing the advanced beep rig. I'm going to show you guys the whole setup, like how I get if I get a 3D model, how I sort of prop that and get it rigged properly. So as you can see, this is Fujin from Mortal Kombat. I really love this guy. He's like one of my favorite Mortal Kombat character. And to be honest, I don't really like the way the fingers look at the hands. Like, to rig this is going to be a little bit challenging. So I'm going to show you guys how to sort of like set it to a T pose if you want, but I'm not going to set it to a T pose. I'm just going to change the outlook of it. So let's begin. We are going to go on the character. I usually search Shift and C, it's faster for me. And then we can see that we have this we have this character here. So I'm going to click on the spine. Now what I'm going to do is just to correct the hands. Okay, that's what I want to do. So we're not really rigging it now. We just want to correct the hands. So I'm just going to click only hands and then go to adjust. Oh, actually, let's add in hands. Yeah, because we need that too. So let's go to adjust. And then, oh, no components. So, again, I'm just focusing on it doesn't really matter. All that matters is just the hands, because I want to get it right. Okay. So I'm going to move this like this. I'm going to bring this down. So, the way it's posed right here, it's going to be harder to like rig the hands properly, to be honest, because you have to change the whole perimeter. So I don't think that's a good idea. It's better you just readjust it, to be honest, like what I'm doing right now. So let's see from the top view. Okay, so let's bend this. I think that's good. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is let's bind it. So I'm going to bind only I think the pants. Is the pants area? Okay, no, just the skin. So I'm only going to bind the skin, all right? Let's go ahead to bind that. Okay, that worked. I go to animate. I must be able to move this. Okay. So you guys see what I'm doing right there, right? So I'm just going to move this. Let's just move this like this. Now make sure that the whole thing is still, like nothing is actually mashing together. Okay, that looks good. Maybe we can just bring it to the side like this a little bit. That looks good to me. Okay, cool. So we're going to do the same for this hand too. Let's sort of bend it. Yeah. So obviously, if we're doing this, we're not going to be using the symmetry because we already messed with the whole settings. Okay. So I am going to, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, and then I'm going to save, I'm going to export this as a wave object. All right. So we do that. I can say Fujin adjusted. Yeah. So now let's bring the character that we have in. Actually, we can merge it. It doesn't really matter. Let's see Fujin. Oh, not that, bro. So Fujin adjusted right here. Bring him in. Maybe we just go into a new window. How about that? Anyway, so now we can see that he's fully in, and it's looking pretty good, except that we don't have the what's the name? The textures, which is very easy to fix. So again, I'm just showing you guys like really how I do a lot of these things, So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead to let's see. So for this one, I'm going to close this, and then I'm not going to save it. I'm going to go to recent file. Recent file, open Fujin. And what we're going to do is we're just going to copy everything. All right. Just copy everything so we can have the textures in. You don't have to necessarily do the textures again. It's a waste of time. So we're going to paste this. And then now what we want to do is just to drag like the hair, everything here. All you just want to do is just to drag this in here. Okay. Now you can delete all this textures. We don't really need them. So let's do that real quick. Okay. So for the cloth, I'm going to just move it up here. So now we can move this to the side to see what we got. Okay. So let's just copy everything. Now this is the skin. What I'm going to do is just going to select everything here and just drag it in here. Do the same here. Drag it in here. So you guys can see that, you know, it's still the same thing, you know, you just have to drag and drop. So yeah. All right, y'all, we are ready to rig. So if you guys are importing a 3D model that looks, the pose is not right, you can do exactly what I did. So now let's go ahead to rig Fujin. And yeah, so we're going to be using the advanced beep. I'm going to click on spine FK. Always use the bendy, man. Use the hands, the thumbs. Let's just put in the fingers. Put in the fingers here. Fingers. Good. Okay, so let's go to the scapular. I'm gonna add a scapular. Oh. And now we are gonna add a leg. Oh, we also add an eye too. And the leg. All right. So let's go under adjust and begin. So I'm going to go to adjust here. So this is the spine IK. So we can move the hips. So this will move everything. So first thing, you might want to start with the chest, just move it up to the chest area. And then the hips, you move it up too. I think this is the hips here. So I'm just going to hide the cloth because I can't see. Okay, so I can see better now. So this from here is the hips. I like to put it that way. And then there's the legs. We are going to move the legs up to the leg area, spread it out. Then the knees, put the knee down, side, the legs, side. Good. So let me look at the side view. So the knees in the right place, but the legs aren't. So we're gonna move this side, bring it down just a little bit. And I think I'm gonna hold down 7 to move this individually. Yeah, I think that's okay there. Yeah, pretty much. The chest area is good. Okay. So let's go back here to this first view. And the collar, I'm going to bring the collar down. I usually put the collar at the neck area, but I was wrong. So you put it down actually to sort of close to the chest, but not fully close, but like a little bit. And then this is the shoulders. We're going to put the shoulders here. And these are scapular. We're going to drag the scapula here, just drag to the side. So now let's rotate this. All right, move it a little bit. And now let's bring this to the elbow area. And this is the wrist. So it's gonna move this up a little bit. Now remember, we changed the settings of the hand, so it might not be symmetrical. So we might have to do each separately. Okay, let's look at the top view. Oh God, it's so wrong. Okay, so let's fix this by just turning this here. Look where this wrist is. Down, so far away. Okay, so the problem with that is I can't see it properly, so I'm just gonna use the freelance view. As you can see, it's very wrong, very wrong. So we're just gonna have to adjust this, bring it up. So the wrist area, make sure it's in the right place. Very important. Good. That should do it. You can see it's in the right place now. So let's check this side too. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm gonna turn off my symmetry. Just turn it off, so I can move this individually. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah, always make sure this is very identical. All right. So let's do the fingers. So I'm still gonna turn on my symmetrical just because it'll help in the other hand, even if it's not perfectly aligned properly. Doesn't really matter. So if you guys want, you can, fast forward this part. It's just me putting the fingers. Everything seems okay, pretty much. So I can go back here and turn back the symmetry. So let's do the neck. Actually, the colors, they're not really aligned properly, so we're just gonna move that. I think I'll raise it up just a little bit. And then the shoulders, I'm gonna hold down 7 just to adjust it properly. All right. And then this is the scapular. I'm going to just move this so it can be straight up. Yep. Okay. So this is the neck. Let's just bring the neck down. Then we have this. We'll bring this down. And then this here. This is the neck. Always put the head here. And then this right here is right here. So the eyes, I am going, oh, by the way, we just have to put the eye here on this. And then if we come over here, just need to adjust it. Nice. All right, y'all, we are done with adjusting it. We are literally done. All right, so let's go ahead to bind what we have. All right, y'all, so we are done with the binding. I did everything. So I'm gonna go to animate. Now I might remove this hair here just because, it's not gonna be rigged properly with it. Like for example, if I try to turn the neck, which I can't really click because of the adjustment. So anyways, we'll come back to that. All right, y'all, so what I like to do first is just to go on that display and turn on only the controllers, because that's what I really need. And then we can likewise now test the fingers if it works properly. Yeah, it works properly. So as you can see that, as we change the pose, it's way better because the fingers will bend properly. We don't really have to be going back and forth trying to adjust because it's stressful. It's just a way to, find things easier, right? Okay, so let's go ahead to adjust the controllers, then we can start to adjust everything with the weighting. I usually use IK mode. Like I said in my previous video, IK is the best. No complaints. If you want to get a much realistic looking character, you must use IK. There's nothing you can do about it. I won't be using the bendy as for now, just because I'm saving time for this. I want to make this video shorter. Okay, so let's go over to the adjusting tab and go to controllers. By the way, we need to change the neck. So I can't really click the neck, that's why. Okay, there it is. So we need to change this to 50. So we're going to combine the IK and the FK mode. Very important. So let's go to adjusting now. Huh, what the? Why is he giving me this? Okay, there it is. I was like, what? So let me just quickly adjust this. All right, y'all, so we are done with the adjustment. And go back to animate. So let me see how the neck works. Oh, okay. So now for that, we have to move this. But the reason why that is happening is because of the eyes. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna use follow chest here. So we can have just one control for that. So this is the legs. See, everything works nicely. So see that the legs. Yep. Now I combined the leg with the cape here just because I don't want to be having too much cloth, because I already have his cloth set up. So, you know, Zenimo 40, you got to figure out ways to optimize. It's very important. Okay. So let's now, I think this one works already. Chest will work too. Okay, so my hands here always have a very weird bend, so I'm just gonna fix that real quick. Easiest way to fix it is to go over to the skin, and then I'll go to my joints, go to the right arm bendy 5, and we are just gonna copy, and then we're gonna merge it to bendy 4. So now we can go ahead to zero that out. Good. So let's see if we raise our hands up. Ooh, what is this? There's a problem here. Yikes. So that's an easy fix. Also same with there. Okay, so let's go ahead to fix this problem. By the way, see that my hands bend properly. So it's good. So let's fix this. This is probably on the pants here. So I am going to go to the joints here. I think it's in bendy 4. No, not bendy 4. Bendy 4 here. Yeah, bendy 3. So I'm going to go to commands, copy, and then we are going to merge it to spine 3. Merge that. And then I am going to go to bendy 3 and just zero that out. So these are easy fix. Like, I don't necessarily tend to paint anything just because it's going to look really, really wonky. So I just try as much as possible to use what Zenimo 40 has already prepped for me, and just try to transfer the weighting they already set up. So it's very important to do that. I would say it's better. Okay, so we can zero this out. So now see that moves really nicely. All right. So if we want to move this, we have to move this like this. Well, look at this problem here. You see this problem? That's just so wrong. So wrong. So how we're going to fix that, we are going to come over to the scapular. So that is the scapular problem. So I'm going to go to the scapular here. And now I'm going to go to copy. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to merge it to spine 3. And then we'll do the same for the left side. Go to commands, copy, merge it over to spine tree. Now we can go ahead to zero that out. I'm going to save my work. So now when I move this up, it's going to move more smoothly. However, the reason why it's not moving, there's still a little bit of errors because of the skin. So we just have to do the same there as well. So let's do that real quick. Go to joints, left scapular. We're going to copy, merge it to spine 3. Do the same for the right. Commands, copy, merge it to spine 3. Now we can now zero this out. We can zero this out as well. Okay, so now let's test this. Should work nicely. Yep, see that? So yo, that's sort of how to get the arms right. So in the past, I wasn't really doing that, like transferring the weight to the spine. I was doing something else. So at least now you guys know, right? Very important. If you want to move your arms like this, you can just use the help of the collar and you move it. So you guys can thank me later. Anyways, let's fix the head area. Now the head area is because of the eyes, all right? So let's just do that real quick. I'm going to go to the face, and then the problem here is the left eye and the right eye. It's not in the right place. So I'm going to merge this to my head. So you guys can see that what I'm actually doing is I'm just transferring weights. Like that's all I'm doing. I'm not really painting anything. I'm just transferring the weights. Because if you paint, I don't really get the painting here. Because I tried it in the past and it still didn't give me perfect results. So I don't know. We're going to zero that out. So now if we move the head, it moves nicely except the hair. Because the hair has the eyes as well. If you know what I mean. Okay. So let's just let's give Fujin eye control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the eyes here. I'm going to start with I think this is the right eye. Yeah. I'm going to give him the right eye. Commands, apply selected. Left eye. Commands, apply selected. So now when we move the eye controls, it should move properly. See that it's moving, but let's fix the hair. So for the hair, I'm going to go to joints, left eye. I'm going to copy this. And then I am going to merge it to the head. Merge to the head. The same for the right eye. Copy. Merge to the head. So let's go ahead to empty it. 0, 0. Now it should work nicely. Okay, I still see another problem. It's the collar area. But again, I don't see it as a problem. Yeah, it could be a problem. Totally agree. Because we can't have the neck to be turning with the collar. It doesn't work like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to I think that's the chest area. So let me just press check here. Okay, that's the pants. Okay. For some reason, I don't know why I named it pants. Weird. So I'm going to go to the neck. So yeah, the neck. And we are going to copy. And we're going to merge it to the chest area. Okay. So we're going to go back to the neck here and zero that out. So when I move the head, see that it only moves nicely with it. That's what we want. Okay, I still see a little bit of error. and that's because of the hair area. So let's see what's going on there. So there's the head. Ah, okay. The neck. So I'm going to go to commands, copy, merge it with the head, then go to neck and zero that out. I'll also do the same with the chest. With the head, merge, chest, zero. Now everything should work nicely for us. So as for this hair here, I don't think I'll be using it. I'm just gonna delete that. I might create his own hair. I might, but I'm not sure. I guess we can go ahead to just even like, no, not really. Go to animate. I can just delete it from here actually. Just delete. Save this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done rigging. We rigged everywhere properly. You guys saw my whole process. So, oh, there's still a little bit of lag here. I can see that. Very weird. I'll save this. Let me click the head here. Still see a little bit of lag. Okay, so let's paint this. I'm just gonna paint everywhere. Make it full. Okay, that's good. Now let's move this. Should move nicely. Good. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, we are done rigging. So let's add a cloth as well. So I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna add that to the pants. So I already have that selected. I'm gonna go to set. Now if I play it with the cloth, it plays nicely. So yo, this is a very, extended, rigging tutorial. I just wanted to show you guys like, the behind the scenes of, the things that you might encounter while you're doing this. So if we move, okay, let's turn that cloth off because it's going to be slower. We don't really need that, to be honest, except you want to render it out. So if I move this, you can see that the weapons are not really following me. So what I have to do is I have to constrain it. So I'm going to just combine this and name this weapons. It's always good you have your stuff like, well, placed properly. So let's go to constraint, and then I'm going to parent this in case I want to change the location of it. And then let's go ahead to change this to controllers. So all I'm looking for is the torso area. So there it is. So now we are going to constrain this to the torso. Now we can also add okay, let's see that will move with it. So we probably want to add more spine controls. So I'm just going to go to add. Let's add 2 more of it. So add the spine 1. Okay, let's see what spine 1 is. Spine 2, spine 3. Spine 3. Spine 3 is here. Okay. Okay, we don't really need spine 3. Only spine 2 and 1. Okay, got it. Because that's what's affecting that area, right? Spine 2, spine 2. So now, if I move this, moves with it. If I move this, moves with it. If I move this, moves with it. So I'm just going to transfer this here as well. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fully rigged character. So one last thing I like to do is just to do the bendy arm. I said I was not going to do it, but I think I will, just because I can see how this is looking. So let me go to object and just adjust the controllers. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are literally done. Here's your fully rigged character. By the way, let's test the eyes, see if it works. It works nicely. Ooh. You can have the eyes to not follow the head. For example, if I move the head here, see the eyes not moving, stay in the same place. Say if your character is looking at, you know, somebody in a very cranky way, you might want to do that. But I usually put the eyes to follow the head. I don't really mind. All right. So everything works. Oh, actually, this chest area should also have an influence. So the chest area, I need to also put some influence here as well. So let me just do that. Let's go to add. I didn't even know that. Chest. Okay. Let's delete this. Okay, so now if I move this, it moves as well. But it's going to be very weird when it's moving. That's why I parented it, so that, you know, if I have to adjust the location of it, I'll do that. So yeah, pretty much that's how you do this, yo. So I hope you guys learn a little bit of rigging, and feel free to ask me a question in the comments. And you know, it might not work for you at first. You know, again, it's practice. Like I really practiced this to get it right. You know, it took me a while to really understand. There isn't any tutorial on rigging, especially for Cinema 40, which is kind of weird. So I just want to put that out there to help people. So yeah, hope you guys like this video. If you guys like, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, and Fujin is out of here.